We just taking this dude for granted, man. He is the best basketball player in the world. You just going out there getting easy triple doubles every day, and he ain't getting them fluky 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. He get like 25, 16, and 17.
I would like the NBA fans writ large to please take a look and pay attention to what Nikola Jokic is doing right now.
35 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. He missed 3 shots from the floor all night.
And he said it's not easy, and I'm sure it's not, but he makes it look so easy.
Nikola Jokic right now is putting together a Wilt Chamberlain-style statistical season.
I had a good night. The ball was going in, and we won the game. You know, the guys were coach running play for me, and you know, it's simple as that.
You don't want to give Joker no credit because you think you compare him to you.
When it comes to the best offensive player of the 21st century, really the best offensive player to ever play the game, Nikola Jokic game by game makes the case he belongs in that rare air. And if you want to describe Jokic's offensive game, the one word I would use is consistent. Just looking at this guy's stat lines and, of course, watching the games, it is always a near 30-point triple-double or, at the very least, a double-double. Him being so dominant, so consistent. When you see those gaudy stat numbers, you kind of yawn and say, that is Jokic being Jokic. Big win tonight. As always, you played phenomenal basketball. 35, 15, and 7. That is it. Now, looking at Jokic last year, averaging a 30-point triple-double, I thought this dude had peaked and he cannot get any better, as, of course, putting out those stat numbers for a center is virtually unseen since the Wilt Chamberlain era. Now, in this regard, I was completely wrong, as Jokic this year is not only better, but somehow more consistent. His last game versus the Clippers was a big-time reminder he still runs this league. He is the best player in the game, as the Clippers. 55 points, 12 boards, 6 dimes on 78% shooting. And get this, his plus-minus was plus 28. Denver leads by 4. Jokic down the lane, a rainbow floater. But I did not think he would score 55. He made some threes offensively for the Nuggets because of that. Jokic wastes little time and knocks down a three. You try to navigate through, and then when he goes smaller on him, he just posts up, and then, so it is just a tough cover, but I did not think he would get 55. Fades and fires and fills it up. I mean, he has got 48 team minutes. Jokic goes to work. The double is late. He spins away, and it is a video game for him right now. 52, that right there from Jokic, debatably, is the best game of his career, as, of course, in all areas he was super, super dominant, and from the field, he simply could not miss. And looking at NBA history, this game was very, very rare. Looking at 55-point games on only 75% shooting in all of NBA history. Only 7 players ever have accomplished that feat, and since 2000, you'll actually see the third player ever, Luka Doncic and James Harden. And looking at centers, the last guy to do this in an NBA game was Wilt Chamberlain in 1969. So once again, Jokic a big-time statement game and a reminder that, I am the MVP, and that award runs through me. Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it is here. Now, still looking at this Clippers game very quickly, Jokic had 55 points, no doubt impressive. But looking at him through 3 quarters, he had 52, and in total, he only played 33 minutes. That right there is simply absurd. And looking through NBA history, guys who have scored 55 points in under 35 minutes, that list is very, very select, as looking at the top, James Harden did it twice. Kobe also twice, then Steph, George Gervin, Karl Malone, and Klay Thompson. So, the Joker right here, in terms of points per minute, is an elite company. And looking at that list, there is no center besides a Joker. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, to make a larger point, looking at the Joker's past 10 games post-opening night dud, this guy's been absolutely phenomenal and on a better pace than he was last year. As looking at his numbers, 29.6 points, 13.1 boards, 11 dimes on, get this, 73, 51, and 87 splits. That right there's video game stuff. And here's the most important factor. The Joker put those numbers up, and it is leading to wins and victories for Denver in those games. A very impressive 9-1, with 6 straight W's. I think we are playing the right way. We still are kind of, making simple mistakes and making stupid mistakes, like, let's say, like that. We kind of stop doing what is working for us. But when we are doing what is working for us, I think we are playing a little bit of basketball. Under bars off the iron. Jokic the rebound and quickly shovels it ahead to Brown. Back to Jokic down the lane. All too easy. 4 of 11. Hardaway Jr. straight away. And he is 48% on the year. Back in the first half, the Denver Nuggets came in with the 11th best bench in the NBA. That is not a world-beating bench. But given where they had been, I love it. When you have someone like Jokic playing that fantastic, damn near perfect basketball, and the team is coming along with him, that is a scary sight for the rest of the NBA. And the Joker's last supporting cast, it was an average team, a good team. The Joker's supporting cast this year is a great team. And looking at Jamal Murray, unlike past years, is off to a pretty hot start. And, of course, Aaron Gordon is still Aaron Gordon, and Christian Braun is still very, very solid. That Nuggets championship core is still very much intact. But look at the new additions. Guys like Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, and Valanciunas. Those, in my view, are the big-time difference makers. At least keep the lead. That is our job. I think we have a capable bench. And, the starters are doing a great job. We got to maintain that just to have a really good backup big man who is really dominant, who's played in the league for 15, 16 years. And we have a Bruce who we won championship with. He is bringing the energy every night. And Tim, who is a really, really probably one of the top shooters in the league. So it is really good to have him on our team. And looking at those two snipers, Cam Johnson and Tim Hardaway, even though Cam Johnson is not hitting yet, this guy's spacing provides a second to none. And then, of course, Hardaway has been on fire and is a knockdown shooter. One of the biggest problems for Denver in the past was poor spacing, or not the best spacing. The spacing they have this year is second to none. And look, you give the Joker tons of space. He is going to kill you over and over again. And look at the data. It is pretty insane. This guy on jumpers, 58%. Layups, 78%. Hook shots, 70.8%. And floaters, 80%. And looking at the game film, a lot of these are one-on-one action, and the Joker has you at his mercy. Back to Jokic. Short hook is good. Murray in the lane to Jokic, and Jokic floats it up and in. Good hand high from Rob, right there, to deter the pass from Jokic. Jokic right around the corner. Drops it in and up, gets it back. Jokic on DeAndre Jordan. Jokic right down the middle to Jokic. Jokic spinning again. Perfection. So that right there from the Joker, no doubt impressive, and a big-time factor why Denver is winning and looking more dominant than ever. And look at the basic offensive numbers. Out of their first 11 games, 9 times they have cracked 120 points. And they are first in offensive rating, second in assists, and points per game also second. Look at those offensive stats right there. Those offensive ranks are not that shocking. But here's the one X factor. Denver on defense ranks second in defensive rating. You did not see that coming? So that right there's the end of the video. And I will say one last thing. When it comes to this Denver team versus last year's team, it is night and day. Guys like MPJ and Russ, they are very solid players. But looking at the fit, the overall vibes with Cam Johnson, Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway, the way those guys fit in this team, fit in this offense and defense, is 10 times better. And that 5 through 8 spot is much improved. And look, when it comes to the postseason last year, Denver versus OKC, I was not very confident. And then we went to Game 7, which was actually very surprising.